Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the officially unofficial Geek Channel. My name is Carrie Quinn. I am here coming to you live from my living room, and I have not been here for the last couple weeks. Guys, I had some stuff. I had some stuff going on, had some stuff to do. Gladly visited with a friend last Sunday morning, so that's why I wasn't here. With a number of friends, actually had breakfast with them. It was really great. I forget what happened the week before, but hey, guys, I'm here now. And we're going to be doing a Spoilertastic comic review. We're going to be showing you what's in the bag because I had Joe and I had a miraculous haul the other day, and we're going to tell you about it because it was one of those great days where you just went places. And let me know in the comments, guys, if you've ever had a day like this where you went one place, right? And you get talking with one of the people that works at the store, or the owner of the store in this case, and you end up getting a recommendation, and that takes you to a new place that same day. You run around there, you talk about stuff with that store owner, and then you're just like, hey guys, they're like, hey guys, have you heard of this place? And then you get another recommendation and you go to that next place. Tell me if you've ever had a circumstance like that, because that's exactly what happened to us last week. It was pretty freaking great, and we found some really cool stuff that way. But before we get into that and the comics from this past week, what's let me know in the comments what's new with you guys. What are you guys into this week? Did you guys have any great finds over the last couple weeks when I was not around? Obviously, Joe and I are back on our What's Happening Wednesday show. If you did not catch it yet, we just did one where we're talking about the economics and economy type stuff of Star Trek. We're talking about the Vampire Diaries, and we're talking a little bit, since I hadn't been around, we're talking a little bit about some of the comics that we read over the last couple weeks. If you want to hear what I thought of Gail Simone's new number one, The Variants, a Jessica Jones story, that would be in there. Yes. Spoiler alert, I liked it a lot. I didn't think I needed a Jessica Jones story, but I read it because I'm a fan of Gail Simone, and I loved it. And yes, in the comments this morning, if you are not with us, you are missing Joe. Mr. Bizarro Fett himself is in the comments, ready for me to show off his prize. He's excited because his girlfriend has a YouTube channel where she can show off all the really cool shit he's found last week. He's excited. He's ready. But so what's some stuff coming up for the channel, just to see if we can get some more people in here? Some stuff coming up for the channel, man, guys. I'm going to actually start working on doing some companion pieces to some stuff that I want to do in the channel. When I say companion pieces, I'm talking vlogs. I have a few ideas. I am not going to get too crazy with this. I'm going to say that I have a goal. I have a writing goal. And if I reach it each week, then yay, I will get myself an ice cream sundae to celebrate, or something like that. If I don't reach it, oh well, I'll do it next week. But I'm looking to hopefully do a blog article. We're talking investigative / opinion pieces on different pop culture and culture topics. Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing one, a little bit of research about the economics of Star Trek, like what we were talking about last week. I have come across some people that are reading the new Poison Ivy, and they are kind of, asking questions. And I ended up doing this whole Twitter thread, right? Explaining something that happened in Poison Ivy, because somebody had not read Batman and had not read Batman and Harley Quinn and Catwoman, from specifically not just from the Fear State series event, but also from stuff before that kind of ties everything together, involving what's going on with Poison Ivy right now. And yes, speaking of ice cream, we were supposed to go for ice cream today. This is a friendly reminder. Thank you, Joe. I don't really know if I necessarily need reminders about ice cream. Ice cream and pizza is two big vices for me. So we have a kind of an I want to say kind of an artisan small chain ice cream shop not far from our apartment. We're probably going to go there because they have chocolate bananas there that Joe absolutely loves. It's cream that is iced. He is on fire today, guys. Let me tell you, if you're not here in the chat, you are missing out. Joe is on fire. He has talked about how he has broken down in one sentence the essence of ice cream. Congratulations, Joe. So, yeah. So, I have different ideas on what to do involving, there's ideas involving music. I have been kind of working around in my head an idea. I do every once in a while. I'll be riding around the car and I do an impersonation of Tom Waits, and I have this idea like of all these songs that I think Tom Waits should cover, and I might do an article about that. But I got a few ideas, guys, and I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And I will obviously be telling you guys when I finish anything. You'll know. I've started getting just a little bit more into TikTok, posting here and there on TikTok, and getting more into that. So that's good. That's fun. So it's officially Unofficial Geek on TikTok as well. So if you are on TikTok, follow me there. I'm also on Instagram, trying to post a little bit more to Instagram as well. That would be also officially Unofficial Geek on Instagram as well. So I kind of told you a little bit about what's going on and everything. And that is Joe getting his second cup of coffee because I finished that. And right before the program, making that, I am just, it's an exciting world. I just got done. Tomorrow I'm going back to work after being off for a week. That's going to suck, but it's got to happen. Had issues with my brakes on my car, and I will not get into that because that is a sore subject with the OUG. I don't want to talk about that one. But let's see here, guys. Let's go ahead. And I think what we're going to do is, I don't want to keep you too hella long. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into what's in the bag, my haul. Joe and I's haul, because there are some items in here that he absolutely picked up, absolutely loves. And we're going to tell a little bit about them. It's going to be fun. And we're going to do that now. So let's see here. I want to try and see if I can try and keep this in order. From where we got. Did you really my cat River Ravioli just got scared because I was rustling a plastic bag. I swear to God, this cat gets scared of everything. So let's see here. I got a bag. Yeah. So the first place we went was a place called May's Books. It's here in Rockford. Lovely, lovely place. Really enjoyed it. Let's see here. Where are these are the two books that we got from Maze Books. Okay. So we go to Maze Books. This is a used bookstore here in Rockford. And the owner, if you love science fiction, old science fiction novels, he has got a bunch. This is on 3rd Street in Rockford. If you ever happen to find yourself in Rockford, I recommend it. This guy has a wealth of knowledge about science fiction, old science fiction. He has a wealth of knowledge of beat poets, guys. Like, that's my thing, poetry. And he knows his stuff. He's also got some really cool historic pieces in his shop. Lots of fun to look at, lots of fun to browse and talk with the owner. So he had a few comic books there. I picked up 2, and then Joe also picked up a book. Let me show you what Joe picked up. This is a old science fiction novel called The Killing Machine by Jack Vance. He picked this up. He got really excited about it. And we got that. It's like really cool. It's got like the red. Yeah. It smells like used book. Yeah. Okay. So I picked up a couple comics that I found in the store. And let me show you this one. It is Batman Punisher. Yeah, so it is a crossover, guys. It is O'Neill, Kitson, and Pascoe. Batman Punisher crossover. Indeed, I got this. This only set me back $3. So I don't know what it's actually worth, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna score that because I do love both the Punisher and Batman, as you guys are well aware. I also scored this Batman Madness Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween special with a Tim Sale art cover. Very lovely. I also scored this $3. Yeah. So yeah, some good stuff there. That was at Maze Books in Rockford, Illinois. And guys, we also while we were there, he was like, "Oh, so you're into comic books? Are you into retro toys?" And I said, "Why, yes, we are." And he told us about another little store here in Rockford. That store is Beach Boy Toys. That is off of Alpine in Rockford, Illinois. Here, and we went over there because apparently they have really cool retro toys. And guys, it did not disappoint. It was fate because Joe had been talking about wanting one of those Batman 89 Robin figures. He had one when he was a kid and he wanted another one. And he's like, I wonder if we could find one of those there. Well, guys, we did. We did. And he's probably really excited to see me bring this out of the bag right now. With karate chop action. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this Robin right here. That's pretty fucking awesome. It is still in its packaging, obviously. Karate chop action. Woo! Also, picked up. This is more for me. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I open these up now? I got 2 packs of cards. 2 packs of cards. Ninja Turtles unopened. And it has gum. Ah. And a Batman Returns unopened pack of cards. I might save these. Should I save these for another video? I should save these for another video. Nobody's here. Nobody's here watching. If you are here and you want me, if you're watching, open the... I thought you wanted the gum, Joe. I thought you wanted the gum. I am not going to eat this gum. I am not going to eat this gum. You'll eat it. Okay, he will eat it. And we will talk about it. Talk about what happened when he had the gum on our next Wednesday broadcast. But he wants me to open the Turtles cards. So, dude, Turtles cards. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's totally in there. I'm going to open the Turtles cards. Ooh, it's happening. Opening those Turtles cards. Yeah, and we'll save that gum for Joe later. Good for you. Or you're gonna have that. So we got some April O'Neil. Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit, that makes a puzzle.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Not all of them are like that. Not all of them make a puzzle. Oh my god, this is so cool. I'm seeing these before you all see them, but we've got this one, right? And it has like a little thing on the back, right? We have more April O'Neil with the Explorers, right? Dig this. But this is pretty fucking cool. We have Usagi Ojimbo on a card. That's pretty cool. Sewer surfing. And last one, Goons and Harpoons. Yep, guys, pretty awesome. And Joe has the gum to eat later. If you want to, you can come get it from me, since you're just in the next room. But I will wait, and I will open Batman another time. So this is one of those, like I said, we're there in the other store. We're in Beach Boys Toys. And we're getting our stuff, right? And he's like, so you're into comics, right? Well, yes, sir, we are. And he's like, my buddy down the way has a store. It's on Harlem Road in McChesney Park, which is, his name is, hold on, what's that? His name is Mayamoti Usagi. It's not Usagi Ojimbo. Okay. So he's like, my buddy down the way on Harlem Road in McChesney Park has a new shop. He's been doing shows, but now he's finally got his brick and mortar, and he has old comics and anime. It's called Matt's Basement. This is their... Woo-hoo. They've got all that stuff. They really do, because we went there. And yes, they do have old comics, guys. Matt's Basement, anime, comics, and more. There was some really cool shit in the store, guys. we went into the old comics. He has some really cool comics like in the front that are older. Some graded comics. And then he's got boxes in a separate room. And so we went in there, and we're looking through everything. Now Joe loves Robin. Joe loves old Teen Titan stuff. But one of the things that he absolutely loves that's hard to find a lot of places because even trades are out of print is Jonah Hex. So we're looking through these boxes, and he always, I tend to look because my major collection, my collection goals involve Harley, Batman, Catwoman, that kind of thing. His major collection goals involve Jonah Hex, Star Wars, that kind of thing. So he got the first appearance of Jackson a few months ago. We got that through eBay, and he's like, it would make his year if he were to get a first appearance of Jonah Hex. Probably make his decade. Not sure, but I'm going to guess. It would probably make his decade if he ever found a first appearance of Jonah Hex. Well, what's the next best thing? Because if you ever look at prices for that first appearance of Jonah Hex, guys, yeah, we're going to have to win the lottery. We're going to have a good day at a casino. Okay. But the next best thing is if you can't get the first appearance of Jonah Hex, well, can you find Jonah Hex #1? Because as you know, Jonah Hex did not make his first appearance in Jonah Hex #1. Jonah Hex made his first appearance in a Western Tales issue that came out before that. But if you can't get that Western Tales issue, the next best thing is to find a Jonah Hex #1. So I'm the collector in our relationship. Okay. I'm going to build this up because this is a big deal. This was really exciting for him. And we're going to build this up because I'm the collector between us. He enjoys reading, he enjoys experiencing, and I am the person that's like, we're going to find the grails. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to bring a collection together. And I'm the one that goes hunting for these things most of the time. Now, in addition to looking for myself on eBay and such, I also look for him. And we go into the shop. So I am well aware what Jonah Hex #1 looks like. Because I have looked for it a number of times just to kind of, feel out where we can find it. And guys, we're sitting there, we're looking through comics, and he sees Jonah Hex and he lights up. Like he wants just whatever Jonah Hex he can find that he doesn't already have. Which is, he doesn't have a lot of them. Okay. Cause yeah, like we've mentioned, they are hard to find sometimes. So we're looking through these, and I'm finding a bunch of ones that I want, and you'll see those as well. And he pulls out this one Jonah Hex, and he's like, "Oh, cool! It's a Jonah Hex, and it's only $10, and that's great." I see it, and right away, I know what the hell he just pulled out of that box. So I'm like, "Oh, we're getting this," and I add it to my stack. Well, he's sitting there later on all worried, like, "Man, I don't want to get anything, we should not, it's not really all that important for me to get this Jonah Hex." And I was like, no. We're getting this freaking thing, right? Literally, took me sitting there and say, "You are getting your goddamn grail today, sir," for him to realize that he had found this puppy, Jonah Hex #1. And it is in good condition, guys. It's in good condition. I'm going to rebag and reboard this. It's not bad. This is a holy shit. I didn't even realize this before. This is a newsstand, boys. This is a newsstand. Oh my. Oh my. This is a newsstand. Didn't even realize that before. Not only is it Jonah Hex #1, it's a newsstand, boys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woohoo, partner. Yeehaw. It is a newsstand. Didn't even realize that before. Just saw that it was a Jonah Hex one. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And basically I said, you're leaving with one of your grails today, which Jonah Hex #1 is one of his grails. It's not all just about the books I want, guys, which I did get some. So let me show you. Let me show you what I got. And guys, it's not even that big of a deal. I got books. Oh yeah, I got 2 stickers as well. Some of you that are well aware of my collecting practices, you know that I am getting not only stuff for Harley Quinn and Batman, I'm getting all the issues that have to do with the wedding. The Batman Catwoman wedding in Batman 50 that didn't happen. Well, there's a bunch of issues tied to that as well. Some of them end up in the Batman wedding book. Some of them do not. I actually, there's this one. It's called Prelude to the Wedding. It is Harley Quinn versus the Joker, because Harley Quinn knows the Joker and knows that the Joker's going to try and mess up the wedding. Which, if you've read it, you know what happens there. And I have it now. I'm glad. I found also a now I have DC Universe Rebirth Harley Quinn #1, but I actually grabbed this Sienkiewicz variant cover. Very nice. You guys, if you're a Harley Quinn fan, you know this cover. What can I say? Sienkiewicz is awesome. And that's not the only cover he's done for Harley Quinn, but it's one of the really good ones. I love it. And then I also snagged the Teen Titans Are Back #20 with some cool George Perez artwork here. Needs to be a little bit pressed, but other than that, check out that Donna Troy right there in front leading the pack. Look at that. That's some awesome shit. R.I.P. George Perez. Nice. Okay. So that's the haul, guys. That's what we got. Let us know. Oh, wait, I can show off the stickers that I got. I got this one, right? And I got this one. Yeah. So then, yes, now that's our haul, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of what we got. Celebrate Joe's find with him of his really cool Jonah Hex #1. Anyways. So, guys, it's about that time. It's about that time to talk about some comics, don't you think? I mean, I know we talked about these from our haul, but let's talk about comics from this past week. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about what I've read. So let's see here. Let's get those on. Okay, as always, guys, with the normal our normal parameters. We talk about what we like the most last because I like you hanging on. I like you hanging on here. And we're going to talk about our least favorite first. And that, guys, disappointing. Disappointing. The Joker, 15. Here's the thing. There were parts of the series I wasn't even fond of that I didn't even read. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. The reason I didn't was because it seemed like a lot of rehashing the past and not enough moving forward. And and I'm saying that very specifically because this last issue that's supposed to tie up everything in this run was supposed to tell us what Jim Gordon ultimately ended up doing in regards to the Joker. Okay, so here's my gripe involving this. Basically, he sits there and it basically ends up being a recap of the entire series up until the point where you find out that basically Jimbo just kind of let him go. See, I'm not saying anything this moment. That your TV is not broken. I'm not saying anything because there was no 15 freaking issues. 15 of these babies for him to just let him go. Side note, guys, check out the but I will tell you, check out the Second Tail Punchline if you've gotten this and you haven't. Got some really cool art work by Sweeney Boo. I really dug the artwork she did in this. But the Joker, issue 15. What was the point? Guys, what was the point? I wanted at least something. Take a risk with your writing. Take a risk, DC. Take a risk. Take a risk. What, you didn't want to kill the Joker? Cool. Fine. Risk. Take a risk. Okay? Honestly, I'm going to be completely freaking real with y'all. I would have been hella excited if they just killed the Joker. You know, I would have accepted this as more of an ending to the series if there was at least some kind of effort after going through all of this, after Jim goes through all of this, for Jim to at least to try and kill him. Oh well, guys. So disappointing. Okay, so next up on the hit parade, not really all that bad. In fact, when we get into the rest of the comics for this week, I don't have a lot of complaints. Okay. Especially when it comes to Sampere and Sanchez's art in Dark Crisis #2. The one thing that annoys me about Dark Crisis #2 is at the end where it's like Black Adam shows up and he's just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and lead the Justice League. Motherfucker. Okay, cool. So could have said this like, why did you have to beat around the bush? You could have just been like, okay, you know what? I guess I'm a joiner now. And I've established I'm a joiner now because I joined the Justice League. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take care of this shit. And we're going to pull it all together, guys. Pull it all together. And I'm going to lead the Justice League because I'm Black freaking Adam and I survived that shit. Because really, that's what happened. You know, Justice League 75, Black Adam is the only one that survived that shit. And so we have, in this issue, we have Deathstroke and his secret society deciding he wants to destroy the Teen Titans Academy. He is in the middle of all this when we join the action. And it's really not looking good for our Teen Titans Academy and our Teen Titans. But Nightwing is coming up. He's like, you know, I'm gonna fight you. You have this epic battle between Deathstroke and Nightwing. And it's really great. And Deathstroke hightails it out of there after Deuce Mahina, Superman, son of Kal-El, shows up and is like, oh, so I can stop your bullet. Cool. He decides to leave after he still tries, guys, because he brings Hank Henshaw in Cyborg Superman to try and fight Superman. It all just, you know, whatever. Black Adam shows up and he's like, okay, so if this is any indication, neither of you should be leading the Justice League, and I will lead the Justice League. Well, fine, motherfucker, then go lead the Justice League. So the thing that stands out really in this is some epic panels by Sampier and Sanchez. Guys, this is some beautiful stuff. And you know what? I am going to go ahead. If the cover is any indication, by them, you're in for a treat when you get on the inside. What's really great about Sampier is he does post a lot of kind of art previews on Twitter, and I'm trying to find one specific moment. Okay, so like this 2-page spread right here is pretty fucking epic. Along with the cover, you have this moment where he's like, just get it over with, like with Nightwing. And then you turn the page and it's like, oh no, the Superman is there. He's going to kick some ass. But then you have Mr. Hank Henshaw show up. And that is some epic shit as well. It's really good. Really good. I'm loving it. Mostly for this art, kind of for the story as well. I know that we've got World Without Superman coming out next week. I've got it sitting here already. And we've got something else too. Oh, we've got a Superman, son of Kal-El here, I believe, which is not having to do with Dark Crisis, but yeah, it's here. I also have, spoiler alert, I have Daredevil 1 sitting here. But anyways, let's go back to this week's comics, where we have next on the hit parade, we have Batman Beyond Neo Year. really enjoying this. Batman, Terry McGinnis, still looking for allies here, and getting kind of, foiled, constantly by the Sword of Gotham. Um, so the thing that keeps tying this all together is this really well written narration where Terry McGinnis is basically journaling his experiences involving being in Neo Gotham, and still trying to fight the good fight after the death of Bruce Wayne. Um, and you have him still putting all this stuff together. He is trying to work with some allies. In particular, we've also had recently the um, retirement of Commissioner Barbara Gordon. That's also a big deal that's happened recently. But Batman Beyond, the thing that really keeps me coming back to it is this beautiful narration where it's basically him journaling, and when he's journaling about what he's been doing, he addresses it to Bruce, and it's lovely, and I'm really enjoying that. So next up on the hit parade, guys, we're going to talk about Poison Ivy. We got two left. This is Poison Ivy number 2. Two left, not of Poison Ivy, but of my comics that I read. Poison Ivy number 2, lovely cover here. This is by Wilson, Takara, and Printo. So we have these two sides that were rejoined of Poison Ivy during Fear State. And yes, there is a big explanation that I made on Twitter to someone asking about something the Poison Ivy says about Gotham clipping her wings, people clipping her wings after she saves Gotham. And I do give an explanation. And I think actually what I'm going to do, one of the possibilities for one of my blogs is I might put together kind of an explanation tying in from major issues, Poison Ivy up to this point, in this kind of this Queen Ivy plus, her other side kind of situation. Because the thing is that the Poison Ivy, Queen Ivy, the separation thing, there are things that happen in a number of places to put all of this into action. And if you haven't read Batman, if you haven't read Batman Secret Files of Gardner, if you haven't read the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy series, quick little read that happens after Heroes in Crisis. I mean, there's different levels to this that bring us to where Ivy is now that are pretty, one, compelling and are puzzle pieces to the entire story, and two, information that could be beneficial to understanding exactly her intentions, her motives at this particular junction in time. Ivy being on this pursuit to eliminate all humankind from the planet, all human and animal kind from the planet, so that to leave a world for Harley to have to deal with no one except for a bunch of plants. If you know the character of Harley Quinn at all, one, that she's not going to thank you for that, Poison Ivy. She's not going to thank you for that, Pammy. It's really like the first issue, she kills a bunch of cows. And I could just hear Harley in my head like, you killed a bunch of moo cows? What the hell? So Poison Ivy is infected with this fungus. She is using this fungus to kill all of human and animal kind of the planet because it is also killing her. She believes it's also killing her. I think, quite frankly, this is going to tie in to some stuff that is happening in Swamp Thing. So if you're reading Swamp Thing, you're reading Poison Ivy, you are on track. I think that there's going to be a tie-in because we have had Ivy type figures in Swamp Thing early on in Rom V's run. But yeah, we've got Pam is still on her trek across country to kill all human and animal kind. She encounters a diner. She's eating the diner. That's basically what's happening there. She encounters a blue-eyed poet who is has committed some crimes, and she talks about how she has a weakness for blue-eyed criminals. Read into that, Harley, and she helps her while also still continuing on her quest to kill all of human and plant kind. She gives a little bit more insight into what's going on there. So it's really just this big emotional war inside of her because, like, you can tell that there is conflict there in what she's doing. She doesn't know if what she's doing is necessarily right, but yet she's still doing it. Something feels wrong to her. So there we go. So last but not least, my issue of the week is Batman number 125. This is the new Chip Zdarsky, Jorge Jimenez, and Maury run. Guys, first off, that cover, we've seen the cover. If you're following anyone on Twitter, you have seen the cover for months now. We also have a backup story, a Catwoman backup story with Zdarsky, Ortega, and Guerrero. So good. You're right. I'm going to agree. Really great. Really, really, really great. So basically, let me tell you a little bit about this book, and then I'll tell you. First off, my one complaint about it, and my things that I all loved about it. You have what I love is when we can eliminate some Tim Drake erasure and have some Tim Drake fun. Whether you want to call it fun or not, basically Tim Drake is on a mission with Batman. Tim Drake takes a really nasty wound. He basically gets shot in the throat, guys. He ain't looking good. And Batman makes the choice to stop his mission to take Tim to the hospital. And there's a emotional callback to when he used to think it was all about the mission, and he had not let himself process. Hi, Damien. What's up? Good morning. When he allows himself to not process what's happening with, years before, what happened with Jason Todd. And he's like, you know what? I didn't stop the mission before when Jason died, but I'm going to stop the mission now to help Tim. And there's these kind of old school looking panels where you just see him changing Jason out of his clothes so that he doesn't have his Robin outfit on and all that. And he's talking about that. So basically when Tim gets shot, you have them, they're investigating a series of murders perpetrated by people related to, not related to literally, because we'll get to that, in conjunction with working with the Penguin. Now, what's really kind of cool about Jimenez's artwork, besides the fact that it's Jimenez and he's got some really epic stuff in here, is what I loved is that he kind of took, when drawing his Penguin, he kind of took some major influence from the Danny DeVito Batman Returns Penguin, and you could definitely tell. You could definitely tell this is not your mama's Penguin, okay? Unless you're like 20 years old and your mom is like 40 like me, then yes, it is your mama's Penguin. But if you're like me and your mom was like in her 70s, it's not your mama's Penguin. So that's lovely. I really like that. I liked that kind of representation of the very Danny DeVito like Penguin. So you have a callback to the Batman Dark Designs storyline involving Catwoman. She's being contacted and finds out that, and this is after, I'm getting ahead of myself, guys, sorry. So they capture the Penguin. They find out that the Penguin is in hospital dying. And then the Penguin goes ahead and takes a pill and kills himself. So when he does that, he dies, because that's what happens when you kill yourself, guys. You die. And he makes it look like Batman killed him. So there's that. And then Catwoman enters in. She finds out that she finds out about the death of Penguin. She goes to Iceberg Lounge, and everybody and their brother is trying to take over the Iceberg Lounge. So when that happens, she's there and she's trying to stop it. And people come in, attorneys and everything. And there's the cyborg attorney that tells Catwoman that she's as beautiful as patriarchal standards would dictate. And I love that. That was funny. So then they find out that they are going to have a reading of his will in 7 days. And we have the exchange between the cyborg lawyer and Catwoman that happens in the Catwoman story, where you find out the cyborg lawyer has to contact everyone that is named in Penguin's will. Well, here's the thing. He needs help contacting all those people. Can't find them. So he enlists the help of Selena Kyle. Well, who's the people that Selena Kyle has to find? Well, apparently the Penguin gets around, because the Penguin has 10 children, 10 heirs that Selena has to go and find, that she's been hired, and she's going to get paid like $500,000 to go find these people, the descendants of the Penguin. Guys, the Penguin got down a lot. So she accepts that job. She's going to go, and that's the end of the entire issue. Okay, so guys, that art by Jorge Jimenez off the chain. Loving it. Loving the return to Batman after a short little departure from Batman. However, okay, so let me tell you, one of my favorite panels in that was when Batman goes to the gala and everything starts going down, and Batman is really like just got enough time to throw his cowl on. Oh, and so like you have Batman with the cowl on, and he's got the, you know, the shirt and the pants, the fancy shirt and pants on, and he's got the cowl. I love that. That was pretty cool. Like, I just got time to throw this cowl on, so I am Batman, you know, mother effer. And I am here, even though I am in my fancy clothes. I love that. I love that we are getting more Tim Drake play. Kind of sad that Tim Drake, getting more Tim Drake play, gets shot in the throat. That's sad. But I love it. Like, Batman, he's like, I play hard, but I Batman harder. So, Tim Drake, Tim Drake is great to see. We're gonna, we obviously, if you've been keeping up with comic book speculation, we're going to be seeing a new Tim Drake series coming, I believe, this fall, I think. So that's always great. We got it. It's a renaissance of Tim Drake, and I like that. Here's the thing. We had it teased that we were going to be introducing a new villain. Okay, so the idea was we're going to be introducing a new villain called Failsafe. The one complaint I have about the book is the rushed introduction of Failsafe, where you almost, it's happening, and it's just right there in front of you. It's rushed, a little bit rushed. I could have dealt with having a couple more pages with a little bit more of a buildup to that moment. Because really, in the beginning of the book, you have a flashback where Alfred's there and there's a beeping going on. And then all of a sudden you go through this whole entire story of, Batman trying to go after the Penguin because the Penguin's having rich people murdered, because the Penguin's trying to, show who, born with a silver spoon in their mouth, all this stuff. He's having rich people murdered. And you go through this whole story of, the Penguin, Tim Drake getting shot, all this stuff to, like, right in the beginning of the book, you have the beeping, right? And the light. Then you have all that stuff happens, right? And then it's like more beep, and then, oh, Failsafe's there. Well, there wasn't enough of, I think, a build up to that. I could have dealt with a little bit more information. And hopefully we're going to get that in the next issue. Other than that, really great, solid beginning to that run. We got more Chip Zdarsky coming next week, like I said. We got Daredevil #1, a new #1 for Daredevil. It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait. But that's it, guys. That is the comics for this week. If you missed anything, please go ahead and watch early part of my video where we do a haul. We talk about some other stuff. But that's it. That's it, guys. Join us on Wednesday for What's Happening Wednesday. I'm not sure what we're really going to do, if we're going to get back on track and actually talk about stuff that we said we were going to talk about, rather than just kind of deterring like we did in talking about Star Trek, economics, and Vampire Diaries. Yeah, we did that in one show. But we had originally said, I think, that we were going to watch comic book movies. And so we might do that. We might do something else. Who knows? So tune in and check it out. Until then, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this past week's comics. Maybe you have a different perspective on what happened with Failsafe and Batman, and I would love to hear it. Maybe you have a different perspective on what happened with the Joker number 15, where I did not like that. Maybe you liked it. Tell me why. Try to convince me, folks. Try to convince me why the Joker 15 is better than I thought it was. So I am hoping somebody can convince me. You know, if not, guys, go ahead and agree with me. The Joker 15. Why didn't Gordon at least try to kill the Joker? Like, come on, guys. First, DC, take a risk. Take a risk. Kill the Joker. Guys, kill the Joker. Kill the Joker. Kill the Joker. I have this feeling that the Joker is just like the fucking Hydra, right? Like, you cut off the fucking head, another head grows in its place. And that shit could be someone like Punchline. Someone that is new, because why not? Why not? Take a risk. But you know what? Here's the thing. If they weren't going to kill the Joker at the end, what like seriously, but I am not hearing anyone saying, yep, that thing was pretty spot on and awesome. No, I'm not hearing any of that. I'm hearing a recap for Batman. You know, that's what it is. It's a recap for Batman, and no real payoff. 15 issues for him to just not even try and kill. Like, what was the point of all that, Jim? What was the point of all that? Guys, when I think about those cardstock, every month cardstock books, $5.99 for the Joker, and this last one $6.99 for the cover A. $5.99. This is for cover A, guys. This is cardstock cover A. Yeah, like but here's the thing about Tinian, though. Big fan of Joker War. Okay. Big fan of the ghost stories that happened right after Joker War. Loved it. I have every intention of going back and reading their Dark Designs, especially since we have a little bit of a throwback to that in the Zdarsky issue of Batman. I own the first appearance of Punchline from that. You know, it's it seems like when he was hot with Batman and Gotham books. But I think we all know that his heart is in horror, suspense kind of titles, something's killing the children, that kind of thing. But when it came down to it, you have him coming out of the gate with Batman and killing it. Okay. Joker War, Ghost Stories, their Dark Designs, killing it. And then you get Cowardly Lot, and that leading into Fear State, where I've said it before, I'll say it again. The best parts of Fear State were Harley Quinn, Catwoman. Yeah, the thing is when you get right down to anything, because all that comes right before you do anything involving it just seemed like maybe he got tired of writing Batman. got tired of writing these heroes. And it just kind of like, if you're not completely in it, if it's not coming out of you like a rocket, as Bukowski would say, well, then don't do it. And this just ended up, you start at the gate, you're strong, you're really hitting it out of the park, and then something happens, and it just all started falling flat, and which is a shame because Fear State could have been something spectacular. And like I said, the only thing I really liked from Fear State was the Harley Quinn and Catwoman parts, guys. Yeah. Anyways, I am not going to complain anymore about the Joker. It's done and over with. And moving on. God, it sucked though. I didn't want it to. I wanted to see something at least. But oh well. Let's focus on the fact that we've got new Tim Drake stuff. Woo! Love it. We've got what looks like, flipping through it, an emotional ride with World Without Superman. Next week, we've got new Daredevil. We've got, I got this stuff already sitting here. We've got some more I Am Batman. We've got some Wonder Woman. We've got, Superman, Son of Kal-El. All a bunch of fun stuff. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you thought of this week's comics. Let me know what you thought of our haul and Joe getting his Jonah Hex #1. That's pretty awesome. So that's it for me, and we'll be seeing you. Bye.